Oh, Captain Bartholomew Wheatsworth, is that you? Oh,
Gavin Tit-Tickle?
Yeah, yes, the new
Listen, you cannot be here
inspector.
right now. This is an incredibly dangerous crime scene.
But-
Do you not hear? There is the shrieks of a level 9 demon inside this apartment building.
Well, actually, that's exactly why I'm here. The Lightkeeper, he sent me to just follow you along,
we
get
cannot
some
do
experience.
your training day today of all days. Are you kidding me?
Well, I'm
you know
not
how
really-
incredibly dangerous this case is?
Extremely, and he said if I needed to be ready, I needed to be ready.
Listen
so
to me, Gavin. Denise died just last week from an animate trash can. John is on permanent PTO after witnessing a tentacle come outside of a woman. You know what? I'm not.
Well, that's really the reason there's actually no one left. So here I am. Can I
Yeah,
please?
you really want to do this, Gavin?
Yes, sir, I really do, Detective. Oh.
Listen, Gavin. If you really want to do this, I need to explain some things to you. First and foremost, do you even know what this job entails? What it is?
Well, that was actually something that I was hoping you were going to explain.
Oh, yes.
I know there's demons, but
All right,
nothing else.
Listen, Gavin. Candela Obscura is a secret society that takes on assignments all throughout the land of Hale. It is here we protect people from what is called phenomena, things that bleed through the flare, a barrier between our world and the beyond. And every so often, these things come in and wreak havoc upon the land. Not to mention we've got a whole bunch of other problems going on in Hale. We've just recovered from a recent war. There's been a climate change known as the cold snap, and my wife left me after getting too aggressive over a pickleball match, so things are looking grim for us, alright?
I'm sorry about the pickleball match. I'm assuming you lost.
No, I won, but at what cost, I ask myself. At what cost? Listen, Gavin. Listen to every word I say as we go inside. I'll explain everything you need to know on how to play this little game of ours, but only heed my call, and you shan't survive this, okay?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm here. I'll do whatever you need.
Come on, Gavin.
Okay,
We have no
I'm
time
ready.
to waste.
Here we go. Adventure!
Alright, come on, Gavin. Be very quiet. You know exactly what you're doing, right?
Well, actually, the Lightkeeper said that you were gonna explain it. He actually gave me the handbook right here, so if you wanted to use it,
Oh,
I don't
my
know.
days, Gavin. You know you're really shitting in my rice here, buddy.
I'm the junior detective that you're supposed to be the one teaching me, I don't mean to do
Clearly
that.
these people need our help, but if you want to take the time and let them die, then by all means, let's get through this quickly, alright?
Okay, here we go.
Alright, check the specs, Gavin. So you want to be a detective, right?
I do really deed.
Alright, you do really deed?
Yes,
Indeed you
really
shall then. So, check it. There's 5 roles that you can take in this game, and then on top of those 5 roles, they each divide into 2 subcategories of specialties. Now, for the face, you've got your journalist and your magician, the muscle, explorer, and soldier. A scholar, a doctor, and professor. The slink, criminal, and detective, that's what you'll be, my dear boy.
Oh, yes.
And then we have our weird, which goes into the medium and occultist. So, the first things first when we're looking at our handy-dandy character sheet is we'll have your prestigious name of Gavin Tit-Tickle here. Pronouns followed by Himothy, because you are him, yes?
Timothy.
All right. The circle, now that's going to be the group that we've joined. We'll decide that later. Then you fill out very important questions, such as, what is your style, Gavin?
Well, I would say it's kind of more conventional.
You know what, Gavin?
sometimes.
I don't care. Okay, now the catalyst of how you got here, we'll flesh that out later. And also the question of what you're searching for, well, I guess we'll find that in due time. Alright, so you'll see that each character has its own unique character creation sheet, which makes things quite simple for you. So first and foremost, you'll already notice how some of the things are pre-filled out for you, because every character is going to be innately good at certain things, such as being a detective, you'll be good at controlling, hiding, surveying, and focusing. But when you create a character, you're going to get yourself 4 more circles that you can fill in. Now, what are these circles, you may ask, Gavin? Well, I shall tell you, dear boy. These circles indicate on a rating of 0 to 3 how many dice you will be rolling in a pool. That sounds fantastic, doesn't it, Gavin?
I love swimming, I do indeed.
All right, wonderful. Well, if you love swimming, then perhaps we'll put your first circle into move. You also seem like a man that's boxed a few times in his day, so why don't we put one in strike for you? And you really need to have good control if you're going to be part of this group, so I'll put another one in there for you. And you want to know what? I'd like you to be good at hiding, so let's put a 4th there.
I am quite tiny.
Yes, you are, Tit-Tickle. You could fit right in my bosom. Alright, then we're going to move to drives, which you get 6 points to allocate, but they're all going to have some pre-filled out for you. Now, for every 3 max drive that you have, you'll also get a resistance. Don't worry, I'll explain this all in due time. But after you've filled out how many drive points you'd like to allocate, you're also going to get 2 special abilities to start with. One under your role, and one under your specialty. And these are going to be unique abilities that you can use throughout the variety of assignments that you'll be on throughout your time with Candela Obscura. But how do you actually play the game? Well, I'm glad you asked, Gavin.
How do you actually play the game, sir?
No, you didn't ask, but I'm explaining it to you because you seem like a boy that doesn't know what the fuck's going on most of the time.
Well, yes.
As I said, these bubbles indicate how many dice you're going to roll for the given action. So say I want you to control, drive a car for me, Gavin. You would take 2 dice here, give it a good roll, and it'll have a variety of degrees of success. Now, if you roll a 1, 2, 3, as I did, that is going to be a failure. However, if your highest die was a 4 or a 5, that is a mixed success, meaning that you succeed in your action, but the Lightkeeper or the Game Master can then induce some sort of complication for your character. However, if you roll a full 6 as your highest die, then you fully succeed and nothing bad happens to you. But there's also the alternative, if you're rolling at least 2 dice or more, that you can get 2 or more 6s, and if that ever happens, then you critically succeed, where you get exactly what you asked for, plus some more. Alright, and now let's say that you end up in a situation, Gavin, where you have to roll sway or read, something that you have no bubbles in. Well, typically you'd think, oh no, you can't roll anything. Well, actually, you can still roll. You'll actually take 2 dice if you have nothing in it, and you roll it, but however, this time, you'll take the lower number, as if you had disadvantage. Alright, you think you pretty much got the gist, Gavin, because we need to go.
I've got it, Sam.
Alright, get out of my way.
Alright,
follow me, I'll explain the rest as we go. Now, a wonderful thing that happens in the game of Candela Obscura is there is 3 gear items that you can bring along during your journey. Now, the great thing is you don't have to decide these before you go in. You can bring them up as the scene goes. So, first and foremost, hand me my bleed detector. I'm going to need that in order to sense the phenomenon.
Wait, you mean this flaccid dildo?
No, that's not what I meant, Gavin, but it'll have to do.
That's what I've got.
Ghosty. Come here, Ghosty.
Yes, where are you? Hello.
Alright, a second item, I'm gonna need my stobbies, because, Daddy...
Yes, here we go.
Daddy can't operate.
They said to bring you one.
Alright, with these 2 things in mind, let's go.
Okay, here we go.
Alright, come here, Ghosty. I've got some stobbies for you, you pale white bitch. Where are you? Yeah, Ghosty. Alright, Gavin. I think it's just up ahead, so follow closely, okay?
Oh, I'm on my way. Here we go.
Jesus Christ, yeah, it's in there most definitely.
Oh, God.
Alright, I think this is a perfect opportunity to explain to you how marks and scars and progression and all that work, so give me a second, okay? Alright, Kevin, look. You see this other third of the character sheet here with the marks and the scars? Pretty much the way this is going to work for you is every time you take any sort of damage in Candela Obscura, it'll be indicated by either a body mark, if it's something physical, a brain mark, if it's more affecting your mental sanity, and a bleed mark, if it is from a supernatural threat. Once you take 3 marks in a given category, if you are ever to take a 4th in that category, you will earn yourself a scar. You'll go down temporarily for the scene and need the help of your other investigators to help you out to get out of that jam. But a unique thing happens where once you take the scar, you then will take a circle from one of your given attributes and move it to a circle of another attribute, showing how your character has changed from the experience. It is only once you take a total of 3 scars and when you have to take your 4th that your character will officially die in this game. Alright, now, on top of the way that damage works for us, there's also a way that it works for the enemies as well as the whole assignment as a whole. Now, as you see, the Lightkeeper will have a little D6 on them that they can help indicate, and this is called the consequence countdown. And the consequences could either be positive or negative. In a negative sense, it could be a countdown for the assignment as a whole. Every bit of time that the investigators waste, the dice will go from 6 to 5 to 4, eventually getting to 1, where the climax will happen, whether the investigators were able to prevent it or not. But it can also be used to track the health of a given phenomenon if you're in some sort of combat scenario. So, maybe if it's a smaller little zombie or something, perhaps only a 3 on the consequence die, only 3 successes against it and it'll go down. Or alternative, the big phenomena that you're up against in the assignment can be a full 6. So it's a way easy for the Lightkeeper to track your progress, whether it be in the case itself and finding clues, or against the phenomena. Alright, you ready, Gavin?
Oh, I'm ready. Here we go.
We're gonna move in for the money shot here. You still got the flashlight on you, right?
Oh, no, actually, I threw it away.
What do you mean? No, Gavin, just go. Get out of here, save yourself. He's bribing my Rice Krispies, Gavin. I haven't consented to this.
Oh, we signed up for him.
Call the IRS, Gavin. Call them. They're the only one.
911, please help us, please. No, Detective Bartholomew, are you okay?
Does it look like I'm okay?
Oh, I don't know, it looks sexual. Oh God, oh no, oh Detective Bartholomew, it's coming, I am coming, oh God, he's showing me a picture of himself, oh he's massive, oh Detective Bartholomew!
Just hold on, Gavin, sing or something, distract him. I'm coming, dear boy. Come on, please!
And I can't just pull myself away, and I'm probably gonna die today, I just can't.
Get off from you, whore. That's my tickle you're tiddling.
Oh, Detective Bartholomew, my savior!
Don't mention it, dear boy. I'm just a man with anger issues and a Furby fetish.
Oh, dear God. I'm gonna have to report that to HR.
That's understandable, I get it.
Oh, Detective Bartholomew, what a grand adventure. What did you think?
Oh, I'm glad you had tons of fun, Gavin. Clearly, I had a fantastic time.
You look great.
Gavin, what do you want?
Well, after one completes an adventure such grand as this was, is there anything that happens afterward?
Yes, Gavin. Yes, there is. Please, come. Let me implore you. So, at the end of each assignment, first and foremost, when creating your circle, you're going to get a circle ability, and that's going to give all the investigators a unique power that they can use throughout their adventures. But, in between, you see here on this illumination track, after every assignment, you'll answer illumination questions and see how many illumination keys you gather, and that will generate the amount of experience you get. So, at the end of each assignment, your Lightkeeper will ask you, did you contain or destroy a source of bleed? Did you provide comfort or support to anyone affected by the phenomena? Or did you bring something of importance back to Candela Obscura? And for each of those questions you are able to do successfully, that will be 1 point each on the illumination track here. Additionally, each character has playable goals in the form of illumination keys. For you, my dear detective, it's probe a witness, track a target, and reveal the clue. And so long as that everybody at the table at least did one of these illumination keys, you'll get an additional 4 points. But even if not all, or at least just one person, achieved one of these keys, you'll still get an additional 2. And as you move around this illumination track here, you'll hopefully get to fill it all the way up, in which case the circle will grant themselves with a new circle ability, and the investigators will be able to upgrade themselves as well, such as getting new circles and new gilded dice, drives, new abilities, all sorts of things to help them out. Also, I should mention, my dear boy, that there's stitching, refreshing, and training in between assignments. These will help you regain lost resources. Stitching, clearing all the marks of damage you may have taken. Refreshing, getting back your drives and resistances. And training, helping you get an additional die when you go into your next assignment. And circle gears, where you can track all sorts of unique items the party may have now, including magical artifacts. Alright, Gavin, so pretty much to you and anyone else out there, that's Candela Obscura in a nutshell. It's a riveting horror investigative game where you and a couple other intrepid investigators will be going out on these death-defying investigations, trying to solve whatever phenomenon is going on and hopefully putting it to rest before it can cause any harm to the people of Hale. Most typical assignments will go in the form of some sort of, arrival on the scene, followed quickly by exploring for clues, then the tension escalates, and eventually it leads to some sort of riveting climax. And all of this is depicted very handily in a Lightkeeper or Game Master section in the back, and they even provide a few already pre-made assignments for you to run, which I will say are quite well done, even offering more inspiration for further assignments down the line. Now, one thing that I want to address is the wild amount of hate this game has seemed to garner since it came out, which I truly don't understand whatsoever. Lots of people are saying, oh, this is woke garbage, or oh, this game is riffing off of Blades in the Dark or other games. Well, they acknowledge their inspirations, and sure, it may be similar in nature, but how many derivatives of D&D 5th edition do you see out there? Millions, thousands. This game merely took a basic concept and expanded it, making it its own unique thing, in my personal opinion, and I think the system works flawlessly and very well. And in fact, I dare say that it is the best horror investigative role-playing game that is out there. The mechanics are simple, fun, and intuitive, and it helps move things along, especially with the degrees of success of failure, mixed success, full success, critical, all of that. And in terms of the horror of the game, they provide guidelines in the book that, some people have gotten uppity about of, like what you can and can't have in your horror games. But that, at the end of the day, is a discussion between you and your table as to what you're comfortable with. You can be as spooky or as lighthearted as you want to, and actually, in most of the assignments I've ran, we've had equal parts of it feeling like an intense horror film, and then quickly it turns into a Scooby-Doo episode. So it's really all about the vibe and reading your table. But at the end of the day, Candela Obscura is a game that I can highly recommend if you'd like to try your hand in the horror investigative realm. I, for the first time in Dungeon Door history, am going to give this game a perfect 5 out of 5. There is no flaws that I see in this game, and it can only go upwards from here. So, until the next time, I have been your humble host, Detective Bartholomew Wheatsworth, and this has been Dungeon Door, and I have brought the dungeon to your door. And when I open up another door, I do hope to see you behind it.